YouTube, it's Kurt here, and it's no secret that I've been making that I'm about to go on tour solo instead of going with the band, and that's okay. I'm just gonna sing acoustic songs from us, and I'm gonna sing cover songs, and probably visit up and down the East Coast. So if you guys want me to visit any place on the East Coast or in that region, feel free to hit me up. If you got any connections there, that would be awesome. But what that means for YouTube, I don't have that many subscribers, so I don't expect that many people to care. But it will mean I will just have less time to do videos. So I'll try to document some of like what I'm doing on tour. I'll probably be on tour for 2 to 3 months, just visiting places, busking along certain areas, and I'll try to at least bring you some stories from what that experience entails. But as far as like doing any reviews or any discussions, that would just have to hold off. I would love to just sit and do like guitar reviews all day. But that requires a certain amount of resources and, you know, just guitars that you don't have. But okay, I want to talk about a couple other talking points here. Well, I'm going on tour just because, well, I've just sat around and like did several albums, and that's been cool. I feel like that's been fulfilling. But like in order to make music a viable career, well, there's just a lot of steps to it. And if you're not enjoying it, and I feel like if I just sat around and kept writing more music that nobody was hearing, well, now more people are starting to hear it, but if I kept on doing that, I wouldn't be very satisfied with where I was at. Like, if I didn't go and see places and live a little bit, it just wouldn't be that fruitful for me. So, yeah, I want to do that and then just kind of decide where to go from there. And unfortunately, there's something very revealing about the music industry is, like, you can have great responses to your music, and no matter how unique it is, unless you have an avenue to put it in front of like hundreds of thousands of people, it's going to be hard for it to initially take off. A lot of your favorite bands, they probably took about 6 years or so before things kind of got around, and they got more famous, or they got a large following for their music. My favorite example is White Stripes was a little faster than that, but like Highly Suspect, they're one of my favorite bands. They took a while. I think, well, My Chemical Romance happened a little bit faster. They happened a little bit faster than that. But sometimes you just have better resources. But the Black Keys, I think they took at least 4 years to catch on. Yeah, something like that. But you can look all that up yourself. But the important message here is if you have music, great music year one, but you're not in a very viable location. Location can be a big deal, and there's a lot of financial barriers to getting your music heard. Yeah, and that's just kind of the reality of the situation if you don't have the money to get in production. Well, you just have to have kind of a job. You have to have a job to like fund these things. And to some people that can be disappointing, and a lot of musicians are fighting for a very, very small stage. Like, in my local community, I've seen people fight over and, like, really just kind of sell themselves short, I guess. Like, make $10 for bringing in 50 people to get into a bar. Like, really, they're getting ripped off, and it's doing nothing to get their music heard by another audience, like, outside of this community. And that happens to a lot of communities. That happens to a lot of scenes. So it makes more sense to actually have a job and do your music on the side, and then use your money from that job to invest in people actually hearing that music, instead of just breaking your back to play for people that aren't going to support you otherwise. It just makes more sense that way. So hopefully, yeah, you just don't take that the wrong way. But again, finances are just a much bigger factor than they probably should be, and there's just a lot of competition in the market. But don't let that discourage you from, yeah, just going out and living it. If you're not expanding yourself, and you're not, if you're not creatively expanding yourself, or just, I guess, seeing new places and opening up your mind to new things, you're not going to grow as an artist, in my opinion. But yeah, if you have any questions about that, leave them in the comment section. And again, if you're a musician, I mean, there's more important things than being a career musician. Let me put it that way. A lot of people make it, they're not even happy. I say this time and time again before. So there's more important things than making it as a musician. Maybe I'm biased in that respect, but yeah. and this one thing that I noticed is that some of the most unhappy people are the people that are quote unquote the most successful. And what happens is they end up getting that money, they get their money and they spend it on drugs because they're not happy, they try to fill up a hole, and they kind of just get back to square one. So just, if you try not to be one of those people, I guess, because it's not going to bring you very much fulfillment. And I'm not saying, yeah, I think there's a better path to fulfillment. There's no one true path to fulfillment, but there's probably one better than just seeing things so black and white as if to say, oh, I have to have a platinum record and that will make me happy. It's not. That type of thinking will probably get us nowhere as musicians. So, from the 5 people that probably watch this video, hopefully this is helpful. Again, comments, I'm open for discussion. Feel free to leave them in. But it'll be probably a couple months. I might do a couple more videos before I leave, but my tour will probably start next month. So after that, don't expect too many videos after that. But I appreciate anyone who's supported us, supported our music. It's really been quite a journey. And again, sometimes it takes a few grand to invest in your music, and it can be really hard to save that up. But we'll see where I end up in a few months. I might get a more serious job, because if you're concerned about the people around you, you want to provide for, I guess, a family or something. It's more important to do that than explore the musical route, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, again, I'm too long-winded. That's all I got to say. But again, I really appreciate it, guys. So, see ya.